is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Let's go, baby.
Are you ready for a break?
Yes.
Are you ready for a break?
Absolutely.
Ready for a break?
Yeah, and so much for that.
It's time for The Break on DallasCowboys.com
We were on a break!
with Ambar Garcia, Bryan Broaddus, Nick Harris, and Derek Eagleton.
It is Friday, October 4th, 2024, Season 20, Episode number 42. Welcome to the latest edition of The Break, live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. We're presented by LG. LG is the world's #1 OLED TV brand for 11 years and counting. See why at lg.com/OLED Evo. As you can tell by our host, everybody's in a good mood. It's Friday. Brian's got a bunch of challenges facing him for the rest of the day.
Jim Harbaugh challenge
Going a little cold plunge there for about 15 minutes. So
yeah,
that'll be fun.
The old, if you know the Coach Harbaugh there, he goes in with his khaki pants on, belt, coaching shirt, hat. So, yeah, I have to do the Jim Harbaugh. We're doing a remote today at the Southern Leisure Spas, and they have a cold plunge. So I can do 15 minutes of radio. Ambar has already given me like things to do and don't do.
Yeah, Amber's a big cold
do
plunge
not
person.
put your whole head inside the cold water. That is not good for you. And also your hands, if you have them in there, that's really, really painful. Something about your hands, I don't know what it is.
Hands and feet.
You know what's funny? I broke
The feet are not as bad, but yeah, you feel it. But your hands, I mean, I don't do my hands.
See, the thing with my hands, I've broken every one of my fingers. So it might actually feel good.
All 10?
Yeah, I've broken every one of them.
That's wild.
Yeah. Different times?
Different times, yeah.
Like you're kidding. Like
when you block and you're like, I've got them caught in face masks. I got this little hook there. Not as bad.
I see that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but every one of my thumbs I've broken. Yeah, jammed them, broken them. Yeah, it's been a.
We got the
football whirlwind.
The Green Bay ring today.
I wore the Super Bowl ring to jump into the cold water too. So just to be official, trying to be a coach, might have a hat on, look like Harbaugh. Wish I had a Michigan shirt. No, I don't wish I had a Michigan shirt. I don't wear a Michigan shirt.
You already look better than Harbaugh with a ring on, right? Bang.
Wow. Wow. Is that what we're doing?
I have nothing against Harbaugh.
I was going to say, what's the personal shot there? Like,
it just felt easy.
Was Harbaugh never on a Super Bowl winning team?
I don't believe so.
He went to the Super Bowl. He took the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
To the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they lost.
Okay.
To his brother, right?
His brother, yeah.
Yeah, the Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor guy.
We carry on.
All right.
Did you guys check the weather in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
As of this morning, it's still saying thunderstorms. Now, it did say it's not as long. It's saying it could end around 9. So
okay, I'm bringing this up because yesterday on 105.3 The Fan on the G-Bag Nation, we had on the Pittsburgh the athletic writer for the Steelers.
Yeah, I heard that.
And his girlfriend evidently works for the news station there, and she's kind of a meteorologist lady. And so
they're plugged in.
They're plugged in, and she's saying that be worried about lightning delays during this game, and because we got to do post game show too, so that turns into a late one for us as well.
I have a 5-hour drive to make after that game on Sunday, so I need it to wrap up as quick as possible.
Man, you are like the new feats of strength guy.
He is.
Like he took over my role of feats of strength guy.
I mean, we got our itinerary, and it says that we're gonna arrive back in Dallas around 3:30 a.m.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking that's optimistic because if we get these delays, who knows what time we'll be getting back.
Not to take much of the show. What's the latest you ever got home from a game after a flight?
I'm trying to remember
because I went
on 5. Like coming back from Seattle is probably the longest trip you'd make. So a night game in Seattle would probably be the latest.
I thought maybe 5. One of those New England games. Didn't we have some of the New England Monday night games or Thursday night games?
I don't recall that being longer than Seattle. Seattle seems, and maybe it's just what it felt like. Seattle seems like the longest trip we take.
Miami had to make that trip last week. Miami went to Seattle and played.
Now that's the longest.
I think that's the longest trip you can go in the NFL.
I'm guessing that's probably a 4-hour, 5-hour flight.
No, try like 7.
7-hour flight? Oh, gosh. Oh,
yeah. That would be miserable.
I'm so glad we're in the center of the country because
I did it one time scouting. I was living in Jacksonville, and it took me 6 to get to Seattle.
Jeez.
But I had to go to Atlanta and then across. But it took me
that is miserable
6 hours to do that.
That's like going freaking London.
Yeah, it's a haul. It's a haul.
All right, let's jump in. Let's
Might as well go to London.
Let's talk some
We can do
Let's talk
that
some
again.
Cowboys, Steelers. Let's start first with some injury updates. Kalen Carson, we've been hopeful that, or the Cowboys have been hopeful that he's going to be able to play this weekend. What are we hearing at this point?
Yeah, Kalen Carson, maybe a little bit more pessimism as the week is drawn on, that his progress through his shoulder injury is not really progressed. So maybe looking at a situation where Amani Oruwariye steps in again, but Carson, I'm looking as a true game time decision going into Sunday, and then also staying at the cornerback position if we could. Can we stay at the quarterback position here with Trayvon Diggs? Tweaked his ankle yesterday in practice. Sounds like it kind of gave everybody a scare initially. Just calling back to a certain Thursday practice last year, but he exited the field and it's obviously avoided anything major. Sounds like he's still lined up to play on Sunday, but it was just definitely a scare for a few moments yesterday at practice. But it sounds like Trayvon Diggs is going to be good to go. But nursing that ankle as the week goes on, and we'll see as the week goes on how he develops as well.
Brian, what's your level of confidence? I guess let's start first with what did you see from Oruwariye? He had the interception in the game, but what did you see from him during the game? And then for all you guys, what is your level of confidence going into this game?
His situation was really unique as far as, here you are, you're going to be a call up, and they're trying, and you're kind of thinking like, okay, we're going to dress you. You're kind of in case of emergency break glass kind of a situation. Then all of a sudden, you get going and you just can't get anything. Booth can't get anything going, and he's playing poorly, and you're worried about him throughout a game. And I give the Cowboys a lot of credit for Mike and the staff and those guys for they saw the situation developing, and they're like, listen, we're not going to be able to play this way. I mean, it's just not going to work out. And so I loved how competitive he was, throughout the game. They asked him to play, a couple of different coverages. They asked him to play in the zone coverage. They asked him to play some man coverage. He's a veteran guy, so he's able to, he's playing games. He's a fifth-year guy, so it's not like he just got thrown in there like an undrafted rookie. This is his first opportunity. He's played with the Giants. He's played with the Lions. He's made some, he's had some games, but when you watched him play, it didn't look too big for him. It looked like he fit in. It looked, for somebody that probably got 0 practice reps during the week, when you really kind of think about it, how much work did he really get going in that game? I mean, he did a great job of kind of holding it together, and he probably doesn't have the best speed, but you saw him stay in position, en route. Needs to probably look for the ball a little bit better. There was a couple times where he didn't see the ball coming and then had to try to adjust from that. But for just getting thrown into the fire like that, I think the guy came out pretty well for the way he played.
Yeah, they definitely attacked him early and often whenever he stepped in and started in place of Booth in the second half. I believe it was 2 of the first 3 plays from scrimmage for the Giants last Thursday night. They went and attacked Oruwariye, got 2 completions out of it for roughly 28 yards, if I can recall off the top of my head. But after that, he started to settle in really well. I mean, you can see that 6'2", 200-pound frame. It really does benefit him. And when you pair that with Diggs on the other side, then you just have big physical guys on. Well, Diggs could be more physical, but big as far as stature goes on both corners. I think if they roll with Oruwariye with a full week of practice, and they roll him to start the game, and with the understanding that he's going to play all 4 quarters, then I think there can be a little bit better preparation going into this week. And I mean, you look at the receiving core for the Steelers. George Pickens is going to be a problem. I mean, he's a possession guy. They're going to throw it up to him, and they're going to try to maximize some matchups with him. So if Oruwariye is lined up on Pickens, he's just got to use that 6'2" frame and be able to kind of attack Pickens in the same way. But then you look around, Van Jefferson, Roman Wilson, the rookie out of Michigan, Calvin Austin. I mean, these are some guys that I'm not 100% confident are miles better than Oruwariye. I think it's just a situation. If Pickens is lined up on Oruwariye, definitely keep an eye on it.
Yeah, you might be in a situation too with McQuamu, and maybe think about, could he get some action as well? I mean, it's Booth right now, they probably don't have a lot of confidence in Booth as a player, but I bet you they're getting all 3 of those guys ready. And if we'll see how they rotate it, but you're right, Nick. At least these guys have a chance now to practice and get reps and get a feel for what the game plan's going to be.
Well, it's been talked about during the week, and this is a big moment for all these guys are having to step up and take advantage of the opportunity. And it's been talked about with what happened with Dak Prescott and the way he got his job. And we know that it can lead to a lot of great things if you take advantage and perform the way you need to perform. Obviously going to be a big challenge when you get thrown in there, and you just have to, right now I call it, we're in survival mode with this defense. So we'll see how he performs and everybody else on the defensive side of the ball. But I think he did a really nice job with what was given. And Nick mentioned his physique and his frame that he has, and I think he has a good body for the position and what is being asked for. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about a couple injuries for the Steelers. They Alex Highsmith, who you talked about yesterday, Brian. He
That's
still did not practice.
That's
Looks
a
like
loss.
it's looking more and more like he won't play.
That's a
with
big
that
loss for
groin
them.
injury.
Yeah.
Nick Herbig, he did get upgraded to limited, so actually, so it looks like maybe he's trending toward at least the possibility of playing. We'll see where that lands. They did have a defensive tackle that popped up on the injury report, limited, Ogunjobi, who I don't know if we talked a lot about, and I'm not sure exactly where he fits into their overall game plan. But those running backs, both of them still did not practice as of yesterday, Cordell Patterson and Jalen Warren. What are you thinking from the standpoint of the defensive tackle and the running backs looking like maybe they will have a hard time maybe getting to the game on Sunday?
Yeah, Ogunjobi, he actually plays quite a bit in their on their front. So if he can't go or if something happened with a groin injury yesterday in practice, something to keep an eye on today, then that's certainly notable, especially considering what the second level is looking like for them. Yeah. Alex Highsmith hasn't practiced this week with the groin injury, as you mentioned. Herbig, while he was upgraded to limited with the ankle, I mean, as Kalen Carson's been limited all week, so it doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Yeah. And then the running back situation for sure. I think if they are reeling from a defensive front standpoint, then that's going to give this offensive line maybe a little bit more confidence going into this one. They need to figure out how to win the time of possession in this game. Like this game specifically, when you have a running threat like Justin Fields at quarterback, you have a Najee Harris who he won't have the big stat game, but he will wear you down as the game goes on. They will hand it to him 20 times if they have to, especially in a game that you're expecting rain on a grass surface. They're going to lean on Harris quite a bit. So you need to win the time of possession battle in this game. And when you look at the nitty-gritty of all that, these defensive front injuries are a big part of that. And if one or two of these guys can't play, then that probably leads you in the right direction in that category.
Yeah, the backups there are Dean Lowry and then Adams are the two backups, and Loudermilk is involved as well. They're backups. They're in the same situation that kind of like Dallas is. I think Dallas has got better backups than what the Pittsburgh Steelers have when it comes to their defensive line. Now, their defensive line, when you look at Benton and Hayward and Watt, and that's a quality group right there. But the backups, if they have to go into a little bit of some of their depth there, that could be a problem as well.
Again, man,
I'm so tired of these emergency alerts.
I saw your tweet this morning, and I got it.
I was actually up when you tweeted that.
Of course you were.
Of course I was. The rest of Texas was up.
Well,
I didn't get any.
I was actually up. I mean, I was awake when it happened. I looked at my phone. It was crazy.
No, there was something that happened in the Panhandle, of Texas, which is what 4 or 5 hours from here.
Yeah, it was in Memphis,
Criminal
Texas,
alert.
which is along 287 as you're going up to the Panhandle. Shout out to Memphis.
They were looking for some guy who apparently shot a police officer, which obviously catch him. Yeah. But they've been sent at 4:53 this morning exactly. All the phones in my house start just doing exactly what just happened a few minutes ago. And what? And so I jumped out of my bed thinking, oh, this guy's in my neighborhood. Yeah. So I run. I'm starting to look around the house. And
this is dramatic.
No, seriously.
It was jarring.
When you get something like that, you start thinking, they must be sending this to me because it's in my neighborhood.
Right.
And so I'm thinking something's going on in the neighborhood. I'm like, honey, you stay here. I got this.
Oh, okay. Now I know this is all BS.
You can call Sunise and ask her, and I'm around the house looking, and then I come back and I try to look for some information on it, and I find out, no, this happened in the Panhandle. And I'm like, seriously, at 4:53, you're going to text me a message about this, an alert.
I will say there
something happened in the Panhandle.
There are 2 football stadiums in the entire state of Texas that go east to west and not north to south.
Yeah.
AT&T Stadium and the high school football stadium in Memphis, Texas. It goes right along 287. So
that's why we have you on this show.
You know, I felt like that was
why
notable.
we have you on this show.
So I was looking at it and I was like, why are we doing this? Oh, it was in Memphis. Man, F this. And I went back down. So yeah, it was
So
terrible.
you were able to go back to sleep?
I was, fortunately.
I
very
was not.
quick,
I ended
very
up
quick.
on Twitter.
I'll tell you what, it's jarring how that
It
sound
is.
when it hits.
It is.
Seriously, I was actually awake when it happened because I was answering Twitter questions is what I was doing.
Brian.
And my phone just started going nuts. And I was like going, all right, what? And then I found out. I was like you. I thought the guy was in the neighborhood.
Right. Of
I
course,
thought
if you get an
they were
alert.
giving me an alert because
But
the
it
guy
doesn't
was around
say,
the corner.
it usually says the location on the notification, on the alert.
It was 4:53.
Yeah.
I woke up out of sleep and I just saw man on the loose, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh, is he around here? What are we doing?
They made it sound like he was in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Really. That.
I for some reason I did not receive
I
that.
guess they didn't
at
care
all.
to let you know. They were like,
This or
she'll figure
the
it
work phone, I didn't get anything.
out. No. Well,
Yeah.
Small
the
town,
rest of Texas got it.
Small town police chief, and they made sure the whole state knew about it. Which
No doubt.
hope that police chief is doing well. He's
Absolutely.
in recovery up in Lubbock. I did
Okay,
read up
good.
on it this morning.
Good,
So,
good.
but yeah, wild situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they find him
Yeah.
and make all this work.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
exactly.
and
God
then
willing.
notify us again that they found it.
Right.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a first break. We'll come back. I got some questions for you guys. Actually, before we get to my questions, we got a segment where Amber's got some questions for us. Our segment presented
Oh
by
yeah,
Yeti.
you were about to mess up. Yeah.
No, we're gonna do
Yeah.
that. I don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna do something. So we'll do that when we come back from this break, and then we'll get to some questions in the final segment, get to some picks. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Don't put off getting your oil change, Dallas. Take 5 Oil Change, a proud partner of the Cowboys, is faster than you think. There's no appointment needed and no waiting room. Yep, you heard that correctly. Take 5 is so fast, you don't even have to get out of your car. You can take advantage of Take 5's fast, friendly, and simple service at any of their locations across the Dallas area. And remember, at Take 5, you stay in your car because they're faster than you think. Take 5, the official oil change of the Dallas Cowboys.
From the field to the festivities, Lucchese embodies the essence of luxury and tradition. Handcrafted with meticulous precision, each pair offers unmatched comfort and style. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Lucchese. Shop the collection today at the Lucchese store at the Star in Frisco or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the break.
AT&T, connecting changes everything.
Welcome back. Second segment of the break, live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. The segment brought to you by blockchain.com.
Is that the read for the second segment?
No, this is... Yes, but we had some issues here. It's
Technical
okay.
So you
difficulties.
improvised?
It's okay. We'll
She
make
did.
it happen in the third
This is her
segment.
segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you got?
Thank you. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Yeti.
Exactly, Yeti. They're all about community. So we're going to do a game. that is one word that they use for their.
Oh no, they're great company.
Yeti.
Great
They're
company.
about community. You know, you gather up with your Yeti and share great memories. So this game is about word association. Brian, get your act together.
It's not me this time.
I was thinking
Thank
about.
you.
Do you think soccer moms love the Yeti?
Yes.
Brian, I'm not letting you hijack this segment we're going to get into this game. Word association.
I'll bite later.
So, all of you guys.
You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Word association.
Go ahead. Word association.
When I say a word or a question, I want you all to answer at the same time.
Football.
And whoever, basically, you get a point when you match the word with somebody. So if you say something else that no one else says, then that's not a point. So
is this
for
supposed
example,
to be the first word that comes to our mind, or is it supposed to be we got to think about it?
You got a timer. 1, 2, 3, go. You know. So this is a trial run. For example, okay. Kicker. 1, 2, 3.
Justin Tucker.
What'd you say?
Aubrey.
Okay.
So they get a point, you don't.
Yeah, but it was a test run, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you say?
Exactly.
I said Justin Tucker. The first thing that did come to mind was Aubrey, though. I was like, they're going to say it.
Exactly. But
This
you
is
get,
a good
you get the
game
point.
for a guy in his 50s. It takes me a minute to remember anything. Like,
You said you're taking fish oil.
I am, but still. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Ready.
Yeah.
October. 1, 2, 3.
Halloween.
Baseball.
What did you have?
Fest.
Fest?
Baseball World Series.
Okay. I thought you just said football. I was like, is that just every month with you, Brian?
Basically, life.
Nah, I just said Halloween.
Yeah, nobody gets a point. But good.
What would you been your of the 3 answers that were given?
Halloween.
Okay.
So I'll give it to Nick, actually.
There you go.
I'll
You get to
just
be
give
the
it
judge. You get to be the judge.
Okay.
The 2 old guys didn't get it done there.
I just said whatever came to my mind.
Penalties. 1, 2, 3.
Sam Williams.
What'd you say? Guyton.
Okay.
I mean, like, if we're talking about the OG penalty guy of the season, we have to show respect. We got to.
I'm thinking about
Let him recover in peace. Come on.
I'll tell you what,
He's in
whenever
recovery right
Carl
now.
Lawson had that jumping off sides moment last week and he's wearing 54, I thought it was Sam Williams for the press box. I had to like snap
She
out
wearing
of it
54
for a
or
minute.
55?
Or excuse me, he's wearing 55.
Yeah, okay.
And Williams is wearing 54. So yeah, I
I'm
was
sorry, I
had
didn't
to
mean to
like
throw that
snap
at
out of it. Yeah, it's too much.
All right. Who needs to step up for this weekend on offense? 1, 2, 3.
Steele.
Rico Dowdle.
You
I said CD.
CD.
Steele.
And I said Rico Dowdle.
I mean, those are all good answers. I will.
Can't win without a run game. Got to win the time of
You need
possession.
your best.
Gotta
You
be
need your
able to-
best player to be your best
Everybody
player.
here.
Got to be able to block.
Gotta be able to catch it.
Yeah, your best
I do
player's
like
got to
a
be your
steal
best
answer.
player.
I do like a steal answer.
J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt? Come on.
It ain't gonna be about one guy though. That one's gonna be about multiple people.
Point for Brian. Point for Brian. It's gonna be the only point I'm gonna get all day, Ambar. Give me a point.
Sorry, I'm gonna give it to Derek.
What?
Oh,
Yes, yes, I'm gonna
upset.
give it to Derek. All right.
I'm gonna hijack the show.
Same
over.
question. Who needs to step up, but on defense? 1, 2, 3.
Ozzie Smith.
Bang.
Here we
Let's
go.
Let's
Okay.
There we go.
Right here.
All right.
Did you say Ozzie Smith?
Ozzie Smith.
Oh, I was about to say.
I was thinking the October baseball.
Right.
All right. Derek got the lead. Nick has 2. Brian 1 point. All right. Main player to watch out for from the Steelers, and it could be on either side of the ball.
Oh, hold on. Are we talking like main player or just like a player like a under the radar? I just want to make sure we're on the same page here.
Main player to keep
Okay.
an eye on.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Justin
Pickens.
Fields.
Man. All 3 of us? I said Watt.
Watt's probably the right answer.
Yeah. No. Well, the only thing I was gonna say.
That's why I said Steele, and
These
I got
are
a
all
point.
good answers.
The reason
though.
why I said Fields is just because Fields is the type of guy. If you remember that, I heard McCarthy talking this
that
morning on the
Chicago
radio,
game.
and he said that the Chicago game, they did not expect him to run the way that he did
Yeah.
because they hadn't been doing that, and then they got to that game and they just ran him, and Cowboys had a hard time adjusting to it. So
That Cooper Rush
Makes
running
me
the
wonder.
offense
Yeah.
as a scout team guy.
yeah, it makes me wonder at this point, like, is that going to be the same thing the Steelers do? But anyway, go ahead. Sorry. I think Watt's probably the right answer.
Watt's the
I'd
answer.
give him the point or half point.
Half point.
All right, Nick. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
You actually keeping score?
I am. Of
course she is.
course.
There's always got to be a winner, Brian.
Yeah, we're in here just lollygagging. We need a winner. All right. Best tackler on the team for the Cowboys.
Oh, we're all gonna get this.
1, 2, 3.
Overshown.
I was surprised you didn't say Overshown.
I know.
We'll take that though.
All right, Brian, look at you.
Oh.
You got 1 point.
Way.
All right, Nick takes the lead.
Zoom in.
Okay. This
He's
one's a
giving
little
the worst
harder.
answers, by the way.
Biggest off-season loss as far as like players that you lost or whatever.
All right, give me a second. Let me just think.
It's cheating.
Okay, go ahead.
Point deduction.
Well, we all got to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
1, 2, 3.
Dorrance.
Tony
Armstrong.
Pollard.
Yep. Here we go, Brian.
Yeah, that's the right answer. That is the right answer.
Me and Brian got it.
You know what? I'm surprised you didn't say Dan Quinn.
I didn't really
Because I
realize
still
that.
don't
you know
think
what?
Dan Quinn is the biggest loss.
I was thinking it, and then I realized that Mike Zimmer is one of my best friends.
That's funny.
You know, honestly, losing Dan Quinn to me was not so much about what you lost on defense. It's about what Washington picked up because he's a really good coach, and we're seeing it right now. That was the biggest part of the loss is where he went. You know,
That quarterback's made a huge difference for them.
Yeah, it has.
He has made a huge difference
has.
for how they play.
Yeah.
All right. Nick and Derek are tied. Brian, you got 3 points. You're just 1 point behind.
Ah,
Okay. Biggest need at the moment. That could mean anything. Biggest need for the Cowboys at the moment. 1, 2, 3.
win.
Pass rush.
That's us, right?
Okay.
I said Micah.
Pass rush. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said win.
I said win.
That's probably the right answer. That's probably a better answer.
I like your answer, Brian, but sorry.
What?
That doesn't count as a point right there.
You're a fan of creativity. That was a creative answer.
It was.
It was a fair answer.
It was. I'll
Yes.
give you a
Come back here with a
point.
loss and see how you like my answer.
And then it's a top 10 draft pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Draft.
This one is just a word, so whatever comes to mind. Interception. 1, 2, 3.
Trayvon.
Bland. Yeah. Bland.
Bland.
I said Trayvon.
All right. Brian.
Well, I bet he's not playing right now, but
Yeah. No, it's fine. Okay. Brian, 4.5. Derek and Nick, 5.
How did I get a half point?
We just
Because
got a
of the
point. I thought we
win.
were
I
tied.
gave you just
Why'd you give me a
0.5
half?
to be nice on the
Oh.
win creativity.
Oh, the creativity.
So
okay.
she helped
See,
you out.
0.5.
See, I didn't know, but thank you very
Yeah.
much. Appreciate it. Should've been a
How
full
are we
point.
tied and then I just got a point and we're still tied? Pencil whipping going on over there. That's what's happening. There's
Oh
some
wait,
pencil.
you're right.
There's
'cause
some
you did,
pencil work.
you
Yeah,
did
I gotta
Bland.
check my
Bland.
work.
Bland,
Check
you're
my
right.
work.
You're right.
Yeah, leave
You're right.
leave the flock and see what happens to you.
Don't get the competitive guy going.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll learn.
I adjusted the score.
Rookie mistake.
Okay. This is the final one.
Final question.
I got no
Final
shot.
question. Who will win? No, sorry. Who will score the first touchdown for the Cowboys this weekend? 1, 2, 3.
Ferguson.
What'd you say?
I said Dak, rushing touchdown.
That could be.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
I said CD, but I think you're probably right. There's probably more of a chance to Dak because
It could very well be a quarterback draw.
Yeah,
Just
that's exactly
kind of run it in there.
especially if the weather is what we think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I said Ferguson, but I like his answer better.
I do too.
Okay, so I guess we'll give it to you.
I
'cause
didn't
it's
think I
all-
deserved the point there, but I'm gonna take it.
I didn't
Don't
think
ever-
either.
don't ever
I didn't
turn it
think
down.
either, but
To
the
be honest-
community-
Shake the cosigns.
To be honest, we didn't want you to go nuts.
We didn't want you breaking
Let's
off out of
keep him
here.
We got
calm.
15. We got 15 minutes more of this show.
Bean's gonna come in and strain me back.
All right, well, you win the game. Congratulations.
Wow, that was perfect timing. It's
Yeti.
29,
You get the
56, 57, 58,
Yeah.
59, 30. Wow.
I like when I host, I take my breaks right on time.
That's
exactly
that
when they're
felt shady.
supposed to.
That felt shady.
What you trying to say?
I pay attention to the time. It's clock management, something some people need to learn.
Dak, she's talking about you, bro.
I do love watching.
Dak, she's talking about you, bro.
I do love watching Talking Cowboys when they take their first break at 24, and it's just like, man, this is those days.
We don't do that. All right, we're going to take our final break. We'll come back. I got some questions for you guys. We'll get to picks. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
If you can't be at the stadium, there's no better way to watch your Cowboys than on an LG OLED Evo TV. That's because everything you see is more lifelike. Every play, every hit. I mean, you might as well be on the sidelines. That's how clear it is. It's all thanks to LG's legendary technology. Perfect black, over 8.3 million self-lit pixels. No one comes close. LG OLED Evo is the best TV in the game for a reason. See for yourself at lg.com/OLED Evo.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag and Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment built to tackle any challenge on and off the field. Legendary John Deere tractors, combines, residential mowers, commercial mowers, compact construction equipment, Gator utility vehicles, and a full line of golf and sports turf equipment. United Ag and Turf, the official Ag and Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com to find a location near you.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a Pepper thing.
And we're going to overtime.
Erica, how much have I spent on concessions?
For questions about their money, Dallas Cowboys fans can turn to Erica, the virtual financial assistant in the Bank of America mobile banking app. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/Erica by your side. Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Erica responses may vary. Digital tools featured require downloading the mobile banking app and may only be available on select mobile devices. Erica is a mobile feature only available in the English language. Your chat may be recorded and monitored for quality assurance. Message and data rates and additional terms may apply. Bank of America, N.A., member FDIC.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to the break.
Digital Trends said that the LG OLED Evo has the best picture quality in the game. Brian, see it for yourself.
I will.
At lg.com/OLED Evo.
All right, great. Welcome back. Final segment of the break. Live from SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. I got some questions for you guys about the matchup, Cowboys versus Steelers. We already kind of started this conversation, but I want to get everybody's opinion on it. Who's more dangerous to Dallas this weekend between TJ Watt and Justin Fields?
Fields.
Yeah. I think I would say Fields as well, just kind of given the nature of the game and how the running game has been so problematic for the Cowboys through 4 weeks. I'm looking at last week as more of a exception until they can prove that could be the consistent factor, especially given you're down DeMarcus Lawrence, you're down Micah Parsons. Yeah. You're going to have to be kind of pulling it together from a defensive front standpoint. If you're looking at guys on the defensive line that you're leaning on, it's Mozzie Smith and Osa Odighizuwa. And I think in the run game specifically, that's going to be a tough task. So, going up against some really talented players for the Steelers. Yeah. Granted, I don't love the Steelers' offensive line. Nope. I think there are some big holes, glaring holes. Yep. Mason McCormick's going to be getting his first start out of South Dakota State.
That's where I would.
You'll be able to take advantage of that. But
yeah, keep an eye on that.
I think all in all, Justin Fields, if you can limit him, I think you win this ball game.
Yeah, the thing with Watt, you could put guys over there and make him at least trying to run through guys. You could put 3 tight ends over there if you want, make him try and run through all 3 tight ends to get to Steele. But the thing I like what Nick was saying about, they've got some issues inside now. Mason McCormick, they're going to have a rookie center and a rookie right guard in this football game. And you've got Mozzie Smith that's playing on the uptick. Osa, I think Osa hasn't played to the Osa level we've seen. But, boy, this would be a great week for him and Mozzie to be able to get after these guys because that ball is going to cut back behind that center's block. That's what they try and do. That ball, they look, they press, and then they try and cut that thing back. You got Osa standing there. You got Mozzie standing there. You got Kendrick standing there. You've got Overshone standing there. They struggle getting blockers on the second level. They do. It's like when you watch the Saints and the Ravens when they had guys up on you and you couldn't get off those blocks. This crew has trouble with that, and so if Dallas is banged up as they are, they could take advantage of some of the things the Steelers are trying to do with their scheme and their offensive line. But Fields, to me, that quarterback, that's that extra guy you can't account for. That's another runner that you have to try and account for, and he's capable of being that guy.
And that's the problem. Like even with your starters and everyone healthy on the team, this was a defense that would struggle with mobile quarterbacks, quarterbacks that can run. So I would go with him as well with Fields because we've seen that time and time again. Doesn't matter how good the team is with bad teams previously, where as long as they have a mobile quarterback, they struggle with that. So that's another element that this defense, this banged up defense, is going to have to try to adjust to.
You talk about Osa Odigizua, him being in a contract year. You just lost your two veteran edges.
Yeah.
I'm considering Michael Parsons a veteran in this instance. This is going to be an opportunity for him to really prove his value. And I think if contract negotiations and he wants to be back in Dallas next offseason, these next few games are going to be a big determining factor on if he's back and how much he potentially gets.
Yep. All right. Which of these two things would be a bigger concern for you heading into this game? And I want you to factor in that the weather could be a part of this, that Dallas won't be able to stop the run or that Dallas won't be able to run.
Oof, man, both sound bad. I would say won't be able to stop the run. I think I trust if Trayvon Diggs is healthy, I think I trust what they can do as far as limiting that offense. But like I said, they need to win the time of possession battle, and they need to be able to run the football to do that, and they need to be able to stop the run to do that. So I think if you can stop the Pittsburgh run, that's been kind of their catalyst towards their 3 victories, then it's going to force them to have to do some different things that they haven't been used to early in the season.
Let me stop that run.
Yeah.
Don't let them get that thing going. Your 2 losses this year, we remember all too well. Both teams' quarterback threw the ball less than 20 times.
Yeah.
You don't want to go through that again. Just don't.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you guys. And this team, we'll see, depending on weather, that's going to affect potentially what Brandon Aubrey is able to do with the kicking, and that's could be another area where you don't rely, you're not able to rely on those field goals or those points that he's been able to add to the offense. So that's going to be concerning. And so your offense is going to definitely have to figure out a way to score points.
There was one time, this place has got a new name. It's had a new name for a while.
Acrisure
okay,
Stadium.
Heinz Field is a place
it's
where
the big catch-up bottle.
The Heinz Field place. There used to be a problem of kicking at one end of this state, and I don't know if they've added something to it with buildings or stands or anything like that. But there used to be a problem. When you guys go on the field, you'll see it. You'll watch kickers, and they kick one direction. And it usually, and I'm trying to think of it, I think as you look at the Steelers bench, it's to the right that traditionally kickers have had problems at that stadium kicking in that direction.
Well, thinking about it, the north side would point towards the lakes. So I would assume maybe there's some sort of big wind coming off the lakes.
It is. They've had problems with that, and I don't know if that's changed, but that was kind of a nightmarish place for kickers to have to deal with.
Mike McCarthy was talking about this morning on the Fan about the even if it doesn't rain, the moisture from the wind being such a problem, not only for the field surface, but for kicking and throwing and things of that nature.
See that at Green Bay.
Yeah, he's gotten used to being a weatherman up there.
If this is a weather game, who do you think has the advantage?
Steelers. They run the ball well.
They run the ball well, though? That's what we've talked about all week.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I want to
They're a volume
clarify.
running team.
They're a volume running team,
running.
But they haven't been as successful as you would expect at running the ball. So is it really an advantage?
If Dallas plays the defense that they played against the Giants, Dallas has an advantage.
Yeah.
They have an advantage because, but if it's But if it's Baltimore Saints defense showing up, give the advantage. The Steelers are going to try and run the ball. I don't know if they can sustain blocks long enough. I mean, they have a similar problem, I believe, to what the Cowboys do. They're playing Najee Harris, I don't feel like is their best back, but Patterson's hurt, and Patterson's really not a running back. So Warren's kind of nicked up too. Yeah, if you tell me that they're two of their better running backs are not going to play in this football game, I'll take that all day. But if Dallas plays run defense like they did against the Giants, they'll be fine. If they play like they did against Baltimore or the Saints, then the Steelers have a big advantage.
It'd be the rookie out of Harvard, Aaron Shamklin. Who would be the
out of Harvard.
Out of Harvard. They're just going to outsmart you in the run game.
Yeah.
It's going to be terrible. But not only from the offensive run game for the Steelers, but the Cowboys also don't have a run game in their own right. Yeah. So they would be forced to put the ball through the air in a weather game like that. It's just the conditions don't line up perfectly for what the Cowboys do, and it lines up perfectly for what the Steelers do.
Just start Hunter Lipke and hand him the ball at single back and just let him run.
I asked a question.
We've all agreed on this one.
I mean, I'm not saying it because you're a Hunter Lipke, because but I'm telling you, in a game like this, if it gets down, I want to see a 4-minute game and where Dallas has got a lead and they're just going to hand the ball to keep handing it to Hunter Lipke, and it might be 3 yards, it might be 3 yards, it might be another 4 yards. It's a first down. Now you just keep, and then just see him kind of wearing the Steelers down that way. Yeah. I'd love to see him get in a game where he can kill the last 4 minutes of this.
And we may find they have something. If they really would commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked a question earlier this week about Hunter Lipke specifically and saying, is he ever a guy that could get 10 carries?
Yeah.
And it was basically told to me somebody would have to get hurt up in front of him. And I was like, dang,
well,
okay.
That's the thing that I don't understand.
I never did.
I fell to my knees and I was...
Some things I just
don't wish anybody get hurt because then their mom gets mad at you.
That
happened to me before.
We won't do that. All right, let's go ahead and get some picks. We'll go around the table. Let me know what you think is going to happen this weekend, who's going to win, and what the final score is. Let's start with you, Nick.
Do we have to? Man, I haven't even really thought about a prediction here. I've gone back and forth as the week has gone on. You know, I think the Cowboys having their figuring out that they have to do on the defensive line lines up perfectly with what the Steelers are going to have to be figuring out on their offensive line. So you kind of get a game there to kind of help figure those things out and build some confidence. I think with that in mind, and you stack that with the confidence that I think they built against the Giants last week, I think the defense does have a decent showing. I'm going to give the Cowboys the edge here. Just a primetime game. I think they show up. I'm going to give it 23-20.
All right. Yeah, Dallas wins this game 20-16, and these teams are really mirror images of each other in a way that they're both banged up. You've got the better quarterback, and I'm going to trust the better quarterback to get it done this week in this football game. We'll see, if Dallas can limit the run, and I think that I could see where this Pittsburgh offensive line will have some problems. You get a couple of guys that play really good disciplined football. Nealon's a good disciplined player. Golston's a disciplined player. They don't get guys up on these linebackers. These linebackers will make a lot of plays and make some tackles for you here. It's about covering Pickens on the outside. But I just think you have the better quarterback. Dallas wins a close one, 20-16.
To that point of having the better quarterback, I mean, you look at all the injuries that Dallas is dealing with right now. This is the time for Dak Prescott to really show that he is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And he's playing really good ball so far in the season. So I think this is really an opportunity for him to take that next step.
I don't like my pick. I don't know. I don't like what's in my mind right now, but I am.
Go against the grain. Go ahead.
No, I'm glad to hear what you guys are saying because I would rather.
I picked the Giants last week, so that tells you all you need to know.
No, but I'm picking the Steelers on this one. I have to see it first for the Cowboys to be able to actually adjust to all these different challenges that they're having to deal with. So I think the Steelers will take the win. I do see this game being a very low-scoring game, potentially something around 14-12. Yeah. It's a close win, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I can see the Steelers getting the win on this one.
Yeah, I look at this game, and I think it's going to be a little different than we all think from the standpoint that Brian, you were just talking about the fact that this offensive line doesn't really get to the second level very well. And really, the teams that have run well against Dallas, the reason why they ran well
They
is because
blocked
they
them
were on the
linebackers.
linebackers.
Yeah.
And if you don't get on these linebackers, especially a quarterback like Justin Field, I think the Cowboys have an answer for that. They got a guy named Overshown that can run him down. And I think if their running game is built around the quarterback, I think Dallas can handle that, especially if they're not getting to the second level. Because they are a volume running team and not a running team that really is great at running the ball, I think Dallas will do what they did against New York from that standpoint. What I think will be different is I think it's going to be a big game for Pickens. I think they're going to move Pickens around. They're going to try to find opportunities to get him matched up with people other than Trayvon Diggs, and I think that's going to be an advantage for them. And I think that's going to be where this game hinges. But I think it's going to turn into a game where it's really kind of a back and forth thing. And both teams will have some success. I think the weather will keep it from getting out of hand as far as the score is concerned. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a close game, and they're going to score more points than maybe we think. I think it's going to be more like a 27-24 game. Dallas wins. All right.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. We appreciate you joining us. We'll be back on Monday. We'll tell you what went right and wrong. That's hopefully we will be back on Monday to tell you what went right and wrong.
We will be back.
I will not be back on Monday, but I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
We'll see how this goes. Hopefully the game goes off with no hitches and we don't have any delays, any significant time delays. But we'll be back on Monday. Till then, for Nick Harris, Bryan Broaddus, Ambar Garcia, I'm Derek Eagleton. This has been The Break, live on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!